tonight.
Well, welcome everybody. Great to see you all again. I'm probably going to see you tomorrow too. I don't know. So I'm at home. I'm actually not at the office. This is maybe the first that you see me not at the office. Now I'm home. So we're going to do some updates tomorrow, but tonight it's about private label, and we're changing things up a little bit. And I think it's going to be better and faster, and it's going to take Michael out of the picture as far as emailing him and him going to Lowell and Lowell going back to him and him going to you and you going to your customer. So we're going to eliminate all that, and there'll be two ways, and Lowell's going to talk about it. So I have Lowell on the phone, on the call with us today, and Tom is actually on. He's going to be printing most of the labels. So we're going to do the labels in-house, because we had labels that were lost at Lowell shipped. Lowell lives 2 hours from us, and we had labels that just disappeared over the pandemic in mail, and actually even in he uses UPS. And so it's been crazy, and it took extra days. So we're streamlining this, which is going to help. Now, the processing time will still take the same on larger orders, that we have to put them together and we have to peel some labels and put your labels on and do things like that. But the process to get the label approved and get it all done will go directly to Lowell. And he's going to do some screenshots on it. Now, Lowell and I go back about 21 years, really. And, you know, he's done all our labels. He's done the wine boxes, the signature boxes, all the boxes and packaging. He does all the labels. He's a very creative guy. And now we have Tom with us, who's doing all the beautiful photos and short videos with the flames flicker and all that fun stuff. He has a really nice studio in our building that he works from. So our team is starting to grow and come together, because my goal is to be bigger than a lot of your former companies, because there's people here from other companies. And so that's one of our goals. So we need to grow a little bit at a time to give you more good stuff. So I think this change is going to be really moved along a lot faster for processing. And the labels will still have the same quality. Everything's going to be the same. We bought all the right equipment. And so, Lowell, take it away. Let's tell them who you are. Oh, you look good today.
Well, and Lowell, before you get started too, everybody, I'm gonna be looking at the chat. So if you have questions as it's going on, just write them in the chat, and then we'll have a little Q&A at the end. Okay, if you have questions for Lowell.
Yeah, Kim, I think you're froze.
Nope, I can still see Kim moving.
Kim,
so it's that.
I think you froze up.
It's that awful cell service you have in Wilkes-Barre, PA.
No, she's not in Wilkes-Barre. She's in Arizona.
No, he's talking to you, Bob. You're
she's
having the problem.
Oh, it's me? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Wilkes-Barre, what can I tell you?
Yeah. Well, good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you're located. Just a quick background. Like Bob said, we've been together for about 21 years. I remember first project I did with Bob was a jar label for 9/11. He wanted to do some fundraising with 9/11, and he contacted me. I think he found me in a magazine or something, and that's how we started our relationship. And I can't tell you more that other than that you're with a company that has an owner that is very people oriented, and his word is good as gold. So, you know, I think that you're going to have a lot of success here, and you know, he's a good guy. So
checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. Yeah. So what I'd like to do is kind of introduce this new program. It's an old program, but we just, you know, made some streamline modification things that I think it'll make it better and easier for everyone, including you. It'll cut our turn times down. You know, we'll be able, and we're going to give you two different options here for ordering, and I'll explain those if you would like. I'm going to share my screen and we can just jump head first into this. So let me, and can everybody see my homepage here? Kim,
Yep.
are we good? All right.
You're
This,
good.
when you go to miabellaprinting.com, this will be the home landing page that you'll follow on. And you see we streamlined this a little bit. There's really just 6 products. These are the popular products. And then there's also some links on the left-hand side that have some other products that aren't in the box here. For the custom jar labels, that's in the lower left-hand corner here. And you can see it's a jar with a custom label on it. And you can just click on that and it will take you to the custom jar candle label design landing page. Here, you'll be able to select 2 options. You will be able to let us design your label for you, or you'll be able to supply your own print-ready label art. Before I get into too much detail on these and into the weeds, basically what this is if you don't have the ability to design or access to a designer, you can let us design it. You click on this link and there's instructions on how to submit that order. If you have access to the software or to a designer yourself and you would like to create your own design, we're going to allow you to send us print-ready art, which will save you some money, and it'll allow you to work directly with your designer if you're more comfortable with that. So let's jump into the let us design for you side of this first. So we can just click on that link. And I know my computer's moving a little slowly tonight. This isn't actually up on the web yet. I have it locally hosted, so it takes a little longer. But here you can see basically at the top is a list of instructions to file step by step. The first one would be use this form below to send your logo, photo, your text, your design suggestions, and then there's a payment option at the bottom. Number 2 is after we receive your order, our designers will complete a custom design for you using the logos and photos and suggestions that you provided. We will email a proof to you within 2 to 3 business days. That will be sent to the email address that you fill out on the form below. With your proof, you're also going to receive what we're going to call a custom label order number. Now, this label order is really important because it allows us to coordinate the label design with the label order that you're going to be placing later with Bob. So this way we won't end up with the wrong labels on the wrong jars. And just using this label order number is really important for you to keep and use with any correspondence with us regarding your labels or regarding your candle order. The fourth one is once you receive your proof, we want you to review it very carefully and reply to that email either with an approval or requested edits. We're going to allow 1 round of edits at no additional cost. If there's additional edits, there'll be a slight fee to do that. But what we wanted to do here is give you the opportunity to send everything. We know things, get confusing and so on. So if you send something and it wasn't quite right, you have an opportunity to fix it on that proof. And the email that you receive will actually be a form email. So basically what it will do, it will give you instructions on reviewing the proof and how to respond with approval or with edits that you may be requiring. And we will use the job order number that I talked about earlier. That will be in the subject line. So then, and it'll also be in the body of the email. So you'll have that number. And again, that's something that's really important for you to use with any correspondence regarding the labels, the proofs, or the orders. Then once it's approved, we will forward the artwork to Sensations for them to print the labels and apply them to your jars. And again, after that happens, after you send us the approval, you will want to contact, and this is step 6, you want to contact Sensations either via email or by phone and place your order for the jar candles. And the phone number is the regular customer service line, which is 570-270-9010. And the email that we're going to use for just specifically this program and nothing else is labels@scent-team.com. So if you want to just place a regular candle order, don't use that email address, use your regular means to order. But if it's in regards to this, either call or use that email address. And then the form's quite simple. You want to complete this form. And all it is we're going to ask you for your first name and last name. We're going to ask for your Mia Bell's distributor ID number. Now, this isn't the custom label order number that I'm talking about. This is the one that you're assigned when you sign up as a member. Bob gives you a specific ID number, and that's the one you want to include here. It'll just help us reference, who it is that this order is for, and if there's any kind of questions regarding shipping or so on, they'll be able to look that stuff up. We'll also need an email address to send your proof to, and that you'll enter here. There's a phone number here. We would like you to provide your phone number if you're comfortable with it. If you're not, that's okay. I'll be honest with you. Here, I don't use telephone communication very often. I'm in and out of the office quite frequently, and sometimes I have my phone, sometimes not available. So it's best not to ever expect a phone call from us. But if it's something really important and you need to, just enter it in there. That way, if we're missing a piece like a logo or the logo is too low resolution, most likely we'll email you. But if we can't get a hold of you by email, we may try to call you. Then, and this is kind of important. This is where we get into the weeds of the design. We want you to tell us what your label is to look like. So just give us kind of specific design instructions, include desired colors, type styles, like maybe I want the headline to be bold, I want the headline to be italic, any other layouts, like can you please make the logo small in the lower right-hand corner, those types of things. That's what we'll be using this space here for. This next one is a place for you to upload your files, and you can upload multiple files. Here again, we may ask you to keep them to specific, and it's something that I got to add before this goes live tomorrow or whenever we're going to do it. But we may want to limit the types of files that you can send. Primarily PDF, JPEG, PNG, those types of files are what we're looking for. Something that doesn't require a specific application to use or open, although we do have most of those applications. I can show you how that works. You just click on it. It'll open a finder. And again, this is a little slow, but you can go to, wherever your files are stored and pick out a JPEG and upload it. And you can see that it loads and shows an image there. If you want to add multiple, you just click it again and do the same thing with another one. And, we don't have a limit on this, but keep in mind that the cleaner your label is, the more readable it's going to be and more pleasing it's going to be. So try not to clutter them up with, too many logos or too many pictures. What we're asking for here in the initial section is that just basically that you verify that you've reviewed and checked the spelling and content of everything that you're sending to us is correct and satisfactory with you. And basically that we can't assume any responsibility, because in a lot of cases, we don't know what this information is supposed to be. You do. So you'll have to take ownership in that. And, specifically if you're giving us phone numbers, email addresses, those types of things, websites or Facebook pages, please make sure that the information that you enter in this block box up here is completely accurate. And then for each one, there's only one product option to select. So for this option, you want to select your custom jar label design. The fee for that is $25. That's a one-time fee for that design. If you call back and reorder 5 months later and place another order for the same label design, there's no additional fee for that. So, once you pay for the design, you own it. And there's two methods to pay. You can pay with credit or debit card or PayPal. You hit the submit button and that comes to us and starts the whole process. So I'm going to take a little break, take an inhale here, and I'll allow you to ask some questions when we're done. But let's go on to the next option. So we go back to the the landing page for the jar candles. Maybe we do. There we go. And then let's go over the supply your own art section here. And this is very similar to the previous one, with the exception that you're supplying print ready files. So let's go there. You just click on that link. That should take you to that page. And as you can see, number one is just read the required specifications below carefully. Here, we're going to give you a bit more information. We're giving you the size of the label, which is 3.5 wide by 1 3/4 high. The design must include 0.125 inch bleed on all 4 sides. That means 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides, with a final file size of 3.75 by 2. So that's 0.25 in each direction, up and down and side to side. So that should make sense. Color formats, the files have to be saved in CMYK format. If they're saved in RGB, the printing process that we use is CMYK. If we print files that are RGB, the colors get distorted and shift, and you may not be satisfied with the results. So please make sure that you send your files in CMYK format. And then the file formats that we accept are PDF, JPEG, or PNG. And yes, JPG files are the same as JPEG. So if anybody has that question. But there's also a template here, and you can just click on this. It'll open that template in a new window, and you should be able to download it. So, and here's everything pretty much spelled out. The safe zone in the blue. Let's start out with the trim zone. That's the actual size of the label. And that will be 3.5 by 1.75. So that's your red line. That's the trim line. That's where the labels will get cut. The bleed zone is black. What that does is it allows the image to extend past the cut, so we don't have these little white margins, around your images. When the image bleeds off past the cut, it gives you a full screen or a full image on the label, and you won't have these little white borders that look awkward. The safe zone, that's pretty much for just don't put anything like websites, phone numbers, critical information outside the blue, because it may shift and it may get too close to the red line. It may not print. So we might get like the last number and your phone number cut off, which would be probably pretty disheartening. So try to keep all of your important information inside that blue safe zone. So that's the template. Let's go to number 2 again. These are similar to the previous page. Use a order form below to submit your print ready design and payment. After we receive your order, a designer will add a small branded logo. We will do this to the custom designs as well, but make sure like you're not jam-packed with critical information or critical photos or images, because I think you've all seen them before. It's the little Mia Bella MB logo on the labels that that we kind of brand the candles with, so that the people that that you're giving them out know that they came from Mia Bella's, and that they're a Mia Bella's candle. It's kind of a thing that just reinforces the brand, reinforces the company, reinforces the sales efforts and everything that helps you guys build your business. All right. Again, number 4, you'll receive a proof with the custom label order number. Again, that's a really important thing when you're corresponding regarding your proofs, your design, or your candle orders. Again, review your proof and reply with approval. Again, we will redesign. In other words, if you send us a label that you think, that doesn't look quite the way I thought it should, or I used the wrong logo or whatever, we'll do a revision for you at no extra cost. That's one revision. Number 6, once it's approved, once you send us approval, we'll forward that art to Sensations for printing and application on your candles. And then the last one is, again, to call and place your candle order, or send an email. So either call or email, either way is fine. And again, the form's very much the same: first, last name, email, the proof, phone number, a place for you to submit your camera or your print ready art, initial it, And then this option is $5. So again, what we're basically doing is lowering the price on submitting your own design and charging a little bit extra for the custom design. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Kim, I don't know if you want to jump in from here, and
Yeah,
I'm happy to answer any questions later.
yeah, remind me, it's $5 if they do their own, correct? Do I have that price right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, I don't have the sheet in front of me because I put that little cheat sheet together for them, but I couldn't remember what the amount was. So going through the questions, I think I've kind of answered a lot of them, but let's see, because they're talking about, we talked a little bit about this, if they have labels that have already been created, they don't need to go through this process. Tom, and I think we talked about this, that we would assign these a label and then I would post it out there, like use this number if you want to order this, and they would just follow the ordering process through the email or phone call, correct?
That would be correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no need
So
to.
you won't be paying extra.
Yeah, there would be no need to contact me if you're just reordering an existing label.
Yep.
And that's even in the future, you know, if it's something we designed for you and you want to reorder, there's no need to contact me again.
Because that's what that important number is for, because that ties it to that label.
Yeah.
That Lowell was talking about. And someone asked about the minimum, and it is 12, minimum of 12 for any of these custom labels. Even if you're reusing a label, it's 12. Okay, just so everybody understands that. And we are not doing custom labels on 9-ounce candles anymore. That was the question about the 9-ounce. And that more came down to quality. You really just didn't do much for the label design on that little space. So and let's see, what other questions do we have? Are files uploads only supposed to be JPEG? I think we mentioned PNG, JPEG, or PDF.
Correct.
Were the other formats correct?
Or PNG, either one. Yep.
Okay. And let's see, will we use the system reorder? Okay, we just talked about that one. Let's see, so prepared labels are cheaper. Yep. Yep. Your own versus customization? Absolutely.
Yeah,
it will be cheaper for you.
Is that there's and some of the label designs that we've done, there is a good bit of design time that one of our designers spend working on it and creating it, and we'll try to use our creative juices to make these the best looking labels we can.
They look great. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about that.
For those people that have purchased our custom labels, know that they are really beautiful and they come out. It's a lot of effort and they look good. Now, I believe this takes effect when? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, we said Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Is that tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow.
I'm going to say that by 5 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, the site will be up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they're saying now they were emailing Michael. We don't want anyone emailing Michael directly. So we have that new email set up that Lowell mentioned. It's labels@scent-team.com. That's where all your custom label orders will now be sent to, or you call customer service. I suggest emailing, because then you got a paper trail. That's my recommendation.
There's really no way for us to take orders over the phone. So if you're ordering either a custom design or supplying your own design, you'll have to go through the website. That's really the only way to do it.
Yeah, and if you're for most of you, a lot of people are doing custom labels and it's a bigger order, or maybe it's a small order. If you email the labels at scent-team.com, it's like Kim said, we'll have a paper trail and we'll get them, we'll have the order number, we'll have your ID number, where we're shipping them, and we can take the order right there over the phone. And we can get started on the labels. We're going to start printing labels every other day. And Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it looks like. And if the busier it gets, we'll start printing them every day. And then, so once we print the label, we have to go in the back, pull the jars out of inventory. We're trying to keep an inventory of non-labels, so it's a little easier for us. Some of the labels take 4 and 5 minutes just to peel a label off, just to get the glue off the back. And we're trying to work on that. But as of right now and the near future, it's scraping. And so it's a little extra work for us, but you know what? It gives it the personal touch. And maybe that's why Yankee stopped doing it, because there wasn't enough money in it. But there is for us, because we're a personalized company. We're a family company. We want to keep it that way. And we want to be able to do personalized things, to go out there. There's so much business out there in the personalized market. I call it gifting. When we get into the holiday season, if you can't put $5,000 or $10,000 into your pocket, just dealing with your insurance agent or your doctor or lawyer, any business person, they all get the books, the Peanut books, the Omaha Steak books, the Harry and David books. They need to get a Mia Bella book. And Lowell, I think all we have to do is clean up the personalized trifold. And I think our distributors would love that.
Yeah,
To
and
pass out.
you'll notice that I pulled some of the products that were online down, and there's probably,
Yes.
and that's because they need updated. And then there's also some that are on here.
I know they're asking for new banners, Lowell, updated banners.
New postcards, new stampers. I think that's, the coupon cards and the QR code cards, they all need redesigned. And I promise over the next few months, you'll see like each one by one, each of those categories being updated. So
I think one of the ones we should look at first, Lowell, would be since we're on personalized labels, for gifting and fundraising, because the gifting market is so big. Over the years, we have sold so many candles. You know, a doctor will buy 24 for all the staff in their office.
Right.
And, happy holidays from the Smith family, and they put their photo on there, and they just love these gifts. And the minimum is 12. Yeah.
I can update the brochure that we were previously
The trifold.
using. And that shouldn't take too long. We could probably do that pretty quickly.
Yeah. And
Hey,
it
Bob,
just tells
there's still a couple questions in here. Can they use their points for the actual order on the candles? The Bella box.
Points are usable. There's no buy 11 get one free. And there's a 75 cents that you can't use points for, processing and handling to take the labels off.
Processing fees, okay.
Yeah.
And then, someone said the reorders are 12. Anything with the custom label, unless you're just going through the website for the onesies, it is 12 going through this process. Is the minimum. And then someone said, what does CMYK mean versus RGB? And no, it's not a dumb question. I didn't know what it meant either. So would you explain that, Lowell?
Sure.
CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So it's done in those 4 colors. RGB is red, green, blue. RGB is how your screen displays things. It's red, it's green, it's blue. And those combination of dots make up the colors that you see. CMYK is a printer's method of applying a cyan ink, a magenta ink, a yellow ink, and a black ink in little dot patterns at the same time, which creates a full color spectrum. So that's it. If you're not sure about that, usually it's if you save in a PDF format, almost all the time PDFs are saved in CMYK. So if you're in doubt, save it as a PDF and we should be good.
Okay. Well, Yvette had it. She had it defined in here. Good job, Yvette. She knew what it meant. Chelsea, I've been in touch with Mike, but yep, everything now, again, going through this new email. Let's see, this will be much easier. I agree, Jay. After first initial order, 12, there is a minimum. Yep, still 12. If you do a custom label for a fundraiser group, any different info or requirements for that? Nope. If you do a custom label, same question.
And can I just say
Requirements.
one quick thing, Kim, because this prompted a thought in my mind. Please, if you're sending images, make sure they're not copyrighted or protected. I know a lot of people go online and just grab images and use them. If we find something like that we think is unacceptable or copyrighted, we'll probably send you an email back saying we can't use it. So please make sure that you either own the images or you have the rights to use them.
Yep. and two, the 12 candles, guys, can be a mix of fragrances. It doesn't have to be 12 of all one fragrances. You just have to have 12 candles. That was question was asked as well. And then they're asking about those Father's Day labels. Tom, I know you're working on those in our little archaic system to get those Father's Day labels up. Any idea when those will be live?
We'll have to check tomorrow and see.
Okay.
We're in the system, so we're still working on an update for that.
Okay, so we'll let you know. You guys know I'll communicate as soon as we have those ready. Someone's asking, saying, bring back the car window decals. So we've got some. We love this.
Actually, we found a better product, so that's going to change quite a bit. It's not going to be those really weird vinyl things that you have to peel off the backing. We found a better product, so that'll be an improvement.
Well, let's see. I'm wondering if I'm trying to see if I have pulled up, but I thought I did. Shoot, where'd it go? I'm trying to find the document I did because I had a couple people asking about it. So let me see if I can find it. All right. So if you stop sharing, let me see if I can do this.
Sharing.
We'll see if I can figure this out here to show what I want to show here. All right.
Hey, there's everybody.
Okay. All right, can you guys see this form? Okay, so this is what I showed you during the event. So this literally has everything that you need to know, where to go to, whether you want to do the custom, and it says $25 or the $5. And then obviously follow all the information that he's asked for on there. And then once you've approved the design, you email the 12 candles. And it does come out to $11.70 each with your custom label order. So I kind of broke it down so you guys knew how much that would be for those candles. And so it has the email in there, the phone number, and then we say allow 1 to 2 business days for your label design and 2 to 3 business days if it's a custom label design to be sent back to you for your approval. And then once you've approved it, everything's good and your candle order submitted, then you need to allow 3 to 4 business days to process the order plus your transit time, whatever that is. So we want to give you worst case scenario for your customers so that obviously you over deliver, right? Under promise, over deliver. So that's the simple process. I'll post this out there, you guys too. So I'll have it in a PDF and an image so that you guys have it too. So at your fingertips. So any other questions? I'll make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, they're excited about updating the brochures and the car decals. So I think I captured everything. Looks like I covered everybody's questions. So I'm hoping they're all excited about this. I think this is going to make it so much easier for everybody, especially Michael. We've got enough to do. So yeah, that's good. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing here. If I can. All right. I say that. I don't know why I can't find my controls. There we go. There we are. All right. So if we don't have any other questions, I'm just going to remind everybody we have a recognition event tomorrow. I just posted that out there too. Tomorrow at noon Arizona time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Yvette, do you have a question? So you're raising your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, I actually put it in the chat, but when will the existing designs receive their number?
That's a good question.
So,
Tom, do we even have a catalog started of those, of what the existing ones are?
I mean, if we already have gone through the process to have our custom label created, like I just ordered one last week or the week before. So now instead of emailing Mike, I'm going to be using the custom number that I'm going to get when is my question, so that my future orders I can do.
I think, Yvette, what we're going to do in that case is we already have it. So it's a phone call to me. And then I'll get with Tom and we'll find it. We'll dig through and find it. But moving forward, because I believe you guys are going to go out and do hundreds of thousands of these over the years. So we'll have a system in place. But for right now.
But I thought Kim said earlier up that the ones that have already created one and it's already been approved, she's going to assign a number to those. And so I'm just asking, when are we going to get that number that you're assigning to the ones that we've already had designed?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'll get with Tom.
yeah, that's the date we don't know.
Right.
That's the date we don't
Well,
know yet, because I don't know
I'll
how
get
many
with
that
Tom.
that there are. Yeah.
Actually, Tom and I spoke a little bit about this yesterday, and I'm for making folders for each and every one of you as you order and do multiple things down the road. And then I'll just pull up your folder. You say, well, number 32. And I'll go, oh, the happy birthday one. And, you know, and we can communicate that way. But all the past ones, we're going to have to work on that. But we'll be able to find them, but we want to make it a easier system to pull up a folder when you call and say, hey, I already have the label in there. And I don't have my number, but here's my name. And then we can assign some numbers or however we're going to do that. We'll figure that out. Why, do you need some more tomorrow of those?
Well, in the next couple of days, I actually had emailed Mike last week and said I'm going to be placing an order. And so he said, just email him. But that's, of course, now we have a different process. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm doing the process correctly and
use the labels email.
Okay.
Because right now, Michael is actually back down with the virus. He got a shot and he got sick from the shot and went home today and was good and then bad. And he was very bad before. And now he called me an hour ago and said, I feel good. And I go, well, what is it? We have to make candles. But
can I offer a suggestion? Just listening,
Yeah.
you know, this scenario. How about if when there's a reorder, we can assign the label a number, and they can use, you know, use either the methods to call or to email, you know, that order. And then at that point, because what I would like to avoid is maybe Tom can communicate with me and I'll assign it a new unique number so that we're not signing duplicate numbers. That could be lead to confusion.
oh, from what you have on file.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah,
and I would say,
That's a good idea.
let's not go back and just automatically give every old label design a number, because I have hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And I would say 90% of them will just never be used again. So there's really no need to do that work. Let's just do it when somebody wants to reorder candles and reuse that label design.
Okay. We'll
Great.
put it all
Love it.
together.
So then we just give
Yep.
you the description of it. So I would say in this email that I'm sending to label, I'm going to say I'm reordering the MS Hope candle in this quantity and these scents.
Or the
Yeah.
other
And if I have a problem, it'll be me. I'll reach out to you.
the other thing that may be
Tom,
helpful is just to use the JPEG proof that was sent to you.
I created my own. I didn't receive a JPEG proof. And this, well, I'm now I'm going to be dating not just myself, but my account. So I went away for a while and came back, but my account, my distributor number is only 4 digits.
Okay.
So this was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, if you attach the design that you used last, I'm sure they'll be able to find it.
I will try, but it's I don't like the graphic designer that I used way back then sent it directly to Mike.
Okay.
And I know you guys have it because the last order that I placed is being delivered to my customer on Friday, this coming Friday. So I know you guys have it, and
Yeah.
I know you have it like handy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Bob can track it down through Michael.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and,
Yeah,
We'll find it.
we'll get it.
and not only are we going to use that new number, but every email correspondence that I send to Sensations is going to have your name on it, and it'll have
Awesome.
your ID number. So there'll be 3 ways we can find you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting way to put candles out there. It gives that unique touch, especially to gifting. Gifting was fundraising is big, but gifting with insurance, and our insurance person over the years has probably spent $20,000 with candles with us, different types every time and every year. Well, not every year, every other year. He would do, what did he send? Well, he always gave me chocolate, but he never gave me candles. He tried to pass on a candle to me. I said, are you crazy? I want a food gift certificate. So I think that's a big market that people don't go to. I always tell people, if you're driving somewhere and there's an insurance agency, and if Lowell redoes the trifold, I used to use the old trifold, and I would staple a sample and I would run in and go, hey, I just want to introduce myself. Here's a free gift. We do personalized candles, and I would leave. I wouldn't even stand there to answer a question because they were busy and they don't want solicitors. I just dropped off, and everybody in the office, I can see them gathering around that sample going to smell it. Times have changed a little bit with the virus and things, but I believe that's starting to open up. And I just think that's a huge market, because once they get a custom label and they smell the candle, then they want to come back and see what else you got.
Yeah, not only that, but I work in the marketing field, so I kind of understand how to, do some of the dog and pony stuff. But you kind of think of these as not only as a gifting for corporations, but as an ad specialty. Companies are always giving out pens and T-shirts and so on to promote their business. Well, why not a candle? Because it's something that's going to be more present. T-shirts end up in the closet, pens end up in the trash can, but a candle is going to sit on somebody's desk. And not only do they look good, they smell good, and you can put the company's logo on it. So if it's a gift shop, a food market, a beautician, you name it, the possibilities are endless with this. So I think it's a great product.
A quick story, funny story, not about private label, but my brother goes to the VA hospital, and he went up there, and it's crazy zoo, and he takes candles with him. And now he gets in, the doctors are calling him, hey, Ralph, that was a great candle. What else do you have? And like my brother's appointments, he goes to the front of the line, all because of a candle. The power of a candle. I love it.
That's right.
It's amazing.
Oh.
He goes there to go,
It is.
hey, Ralph, come on, right in. Well, I
Love
hope
it.
everybody's excited about this new. It's going to save a lot of time, because Michael was a little overwhelmed with this, and then the process of going to you and you going to your customer and then go back to Mike going back to Lowell, and now it's just we go right to the source.
Yeah, I think I just saw Kylie put something, great idea, Lowell, put that in the trifold, that the pens and stuff just go in the trash.
That thought crossed my mind too. Hey, Bob, put that copy in the new brochure, will you?
Yeah. And again, I'll post that little 5-step flyer so it has all the details that you need to, just on one quick reference guide too. So thanks for joining us, everybody, especially Lowell. Thank you for your time tonight. I really appreciate it, because this is an important sales tool for these guys. So I'm really excited about what they're going to do with it.
Well, it's good to see everyone.
So thanks again for joining us, everybody, and have a great night. And remember our recognition event tomorrow at noon Arizona time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Have a